Yo, what is up, guys? Friday here, and welcome back to another video. It feels so good to be back with the OG videos that you guys have loved since the beginning of this channel. Creepypastas, gaming videos, all that stuff. And I'm here to say a new creepypasta video is here. And you guys will see it when it's uploaded. I know you guys are watching right now, so yeah. Also, I just want to say we are at 266 subscribers. We are so close to 300 subscribers. If you remember from my Family Guy creepypasta, I think it was that video, I said we are so close to 300 subscribers. That will be like very soon, right? And I said that's my goal. And we are so close to achieving it. I am so thankful for all of you who have subscribed to my channel these past months. Ever since I started this channel, I am very thankful, especially to the OGs out there who remembered my channel was a different name before it became Fried. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for the support this past year. And I'm excited to hop into the new year, 2025, and make some new videos for you guys. Anyways, welcome back to another creepypasta. It's been a while, but this creepypasta today is going to be Angry Sylvester. Last creepypasta I did was on Cartoon Network, and it was really, really good. It got 2.2k views. So, I'm going to read another Cartoon Network creepypasta. Let's do this! I'm pretty sure that a lot of you remember watching Looney Tunes as a kid. So do I. And my favorite character was Sylvester the cat. Until one night back in summer of 1998, I saw an episode that rather frightened me. But since the cartoon played late at night, when I should have already gone to bed, I was half asleep. So I only remember parts of it, like a creepy TV in Sylvester's room that turned on all by itself. I thought maybe it was just a nightmare. Sadly, it wasn't. 1 year later, the following summer, me and my brother were bored on an afternoon, so we decided to watch some TV. We flicked to Cartoon Network just in time when Looney Tunes was starting. It played 2 normal episodes featuring Sylvester. Nothing special, except for one thing, when the second part was coming to its end. Me and my brother felt like something wasn't right. We thought that it might show that certain episode once again, and then it happened. Angry Sylvester. This episode didn't have the usual opening, which many of the Looney Tunes segments had. Neither the catchy title music. It just skipped right to the title screen. No fade or anything. It just switched right there. There was no title written on the screen. Instead, it showed the living room of a house. The layouts were drawn entirely with only 2 colors, blood red and black as emptiness. There wasn't any music here either. The only sound that could be heard during this part was a woman saying, directed by. The creepy thing about it was that the audio used our country's native language. I don't know how to pronounce that. I apologize. And this happened way before Cartoon Network started broadcasting cartoons recorded on Hungary. Also, it sounded like the announcer was slowly being strangled. Once more, the Cartoon Network faded to the beginning. It simply switched right there. It showed Sylvester standing in front of something that looked like a military base from the Second World War. There wasn't any music or sound here either, just dead silence. Sylvester also didn't look like he did in the other cartoons. He looked bruised and badly beaten. His eyes had no pupils. Sylvester didn't say anything, he just looked really angry. In the next scene, he entered a military base. It was empty. No guards or soldiers were present, but Sylvester still entered. He wanted to get revenge on whoever was inside for what they did to him. So he decided to sabotage the facility by destroying all the lights hanging from the ceiling. The scene looked very disturbing. While Sylvester was tearing down each light fixture, his claws grew to a ridiculous size. With every swipe, blood and oil trickled down his hands. The only audio that could be heard during the scene was the sound of sparkling electricity, which sounded very loud and frighteningly realistic. The scene was also flashing rapidly, making it appear even more unnerving. and dangerous to anyone who suffers from epilepsy. The entire sequence repeated itself 10 times before it cut to the next scene. In the next scene, Sylvester was now at home, but Granny, Tweety, and Hector were nowhere to be seen. He was all alone in his room, appeared empty, and surreal. I did not know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry. The floor was blood and red, and on the walls looked like they were on fire. The room contained 2 tables. A large one had a toy Dalek and a screwdriver on it, along with the smaller one, which included an ancient TV set facing directly at the viewer. There was also a window in the background, but the beams were I don't know how to pronounce that, sorry. So it resembled inverted crucifix. Outside, it was just pitch black. Not as it was night outside, but if literally there was no existence outside that window. Sylvester proceeded to repair his toy Dalek with a screwdriver when suddenly the TV on the smaller table behind him turned on by itself. The TV showed an extremely unsettling cartoon. The background music sounded like someone repeatedly banging the keys on an organ. Also, the score was in reverse and played back at a slower pitch. It started by showing a forest with a cartoony moon above it, who had an extremely creepy look on its face. A few seconds later, it switched to a narrow room. The room itself appeared empty, but something could be heard lurking at one end of the room. Whatever it was made a metallic thumping sound with each step. 5 seconds later, it switched to the other end of the room. Porky Pig was standing there, also looked angry, and he was holding a pistol in his hand. However, he didn't appear bruised like Sylvester did. He said something to the monster at the other end of the room, then fired his gun a few times. After that, it cut to static, and a loud bang was heard. The screen faded to black. A few seconds later, the screen faded back to Sylvester in his room, standing next to the wreckage of his destroyed TV. He looked even more angry, even more bruised, and his eyes were dark red this time. The disturbing image of angry Sylvester stayed on the screen for about 10 seconds, then it just went to black. About half a minute later, Cartoon Network came back on normal Coming Up Next bumper.